present here, and hello who is watching or who is going to be watching in the recording. So I will do a little introduction for the course. My name is Shamsi. So if you don't remember my name, it's fine. It's quite difficult, but just remember that I'm the person who you will ask most of the questions, so the main responsible teacher. In addition to me, we also have, maybe you can go to the next slide. Yeah, we also have Alex Jung. So the Alex is the sort of creator of the course. So he decided about the ideas of the course, the structure of the course, and I'm more of the responsible for the implementation and details and how the exercises are designed, etc. So, Alex, maybe you could also introduce yourself.
Yes, so I'm Alex Jung, assistant professor for machine learning, and currently researching mostly about federated learning, so machine learning in distributed scenarios with distributed data and distributed computation. And I'm also very happy to be contributing to this course, which is about applied deep learning. So we hope that in this course you will learn how to make good use of ready-made machine learning or deep learning libraries.
Yeah. So maybe I'll also tell about my background. I'm not a computer scientist by the training. I come from the neuroscience background, but I recently switched to machine learning and deep learning and interested in how these methods could be applied for the biology and for neuroscience. Then we also have Yasmin, who is not here. She's going to be TA helping you with on the Slack forum with the questions. And then we have you, who is sitting here. Please, you, could you? And also we have new TA. Yeah, I'm just a bit I'm afraid I'm going to mispronounce. How is it correctly?
Yeah.
Ah, you are here. Okay, you can introduce yourself. Nice to meet you, by the way. It's the first time we meet each other. Okay, so the course consists of 6 main topics. So the first topic is just some basics of the artificial neural networks. So we are going to go step by step and try to understand how these simple feed-forward networks are designed and how they are trained. And then the next topic is gradient descent. It's a bit more technical topic, and maybe this subject will be the most difficult in this course because we'll have to go through some, not very difficult, but there is some math involved there. So in this round, in this topic, we'll discuss how the artificial neural networks are trained and what kind of tricks and principles you should use when you're training your network. Then we'll have convolutional neural networks. It's one of the popular and basic architectures that are used for computer vision tasks. So it's very popular and pretty useful to know this architecture. Then we'll have another topic which is called regularization. So in this topic, we'll discuss how and why the artificial neural networks in deep learning, why they are overfitting, and what we can do to improve the performance and generalization of our models, so what kind of methods there exist. And here you can see it's a kind of funny illustrations. This is methods which is called data augmentation, where you, for example, you have a set of images, cats and dogs, for example, and you want to classify them. And let's say you have very small data set and your model is overfitting. So what you can do, you can actually create new kind of images and, for example, rotate the images or do some kind of horizontal flip and etc., and see if the model performs better. And we're actually going to use the cats and dog data set. So it's kind of a very basic case. Then we'll have a transfer learning. So this is very important round because in majority of cases, when you're going to apply the deep learning methods, most probably you don't want to do that from the scratch. You don't want to build the models like by yourself from the scratch, because majority of these impressive models like that generate the images or do some kind of NLP tasks like a speech, I don't know, recognition or like text classification, most probably you can find the models that have been designed and trained by other people. It could be some big companies like Facebook, like Meta, or Google AI. So these companies can provide you very efficient models, but they are usually very large and very complicated. So you don't want to train them on your own small laptop, and it's not very effective. So in majority of cases, you're going to upload it from somewhere and just adjust the model a bit so it performs for your specific tasks. And that's where we use the transfer learning. We take the model, which been provided by some other researchers, we add some new things there, we are just fine-tune it a bit, and then you have your personalized model for your own purposes. And then the last round, we have generative adversarial networks. It's just one of the examples of unsupervised. Well, we can call it unsupervised, right? Almost unsupervised models, because in this case we are asking the artificial neural network to generate something. In this example, we'll be trying to train the artificial neural network to generate some handwritten digits. It's one of the simple tasks. So these 6 main topics, and I will describe later how the grading is working. But for example, it depends on how much time you have for this course. It's a 2-credit course, so you have to we provide a lot of material, but you don't have to like read everything or study everything. For example, if you're like an adult learner, you're working and you're studying on the weekends, maybe you want to concentrate on the certain topics if you don't have time for the other topics. So if you have to choose where to put your efforts, the most important topics here is the artificial neural network. Then you have to know, at least like on the intuitive level, how the gradient descent work. But if you don't want to study the math behind it, or you're not interested, it's fine. You can maybe skip this round if you don't like it. Then convolutional neural networks are also important. Most probably you're going to use them. And then I would say just some basic idea of the regularization, and very important is the transfer learning. So artificial neural network, convolutional neural network, and transfer learning, from my point of view, the most important topics that you have to concentrate. If you have more time, you can, of course, like spend more time on whatever topic you prefer most. We are going to use Python on this course, and specifically we're going to use Keras, which is basically is sort of based on the TensorFlow implementation. Why we're using Keras? Because it's one of the simplest libraries to use. Many people prefer, for example, PyTorch. It's a very nice library. But if you're starting from the beginning, maybe Keras, it's a bit easier library to use. And then if you want to switch to pure TensorFlow, or you want to switch to PyTorch, it's fine. It's pretty easy to switch between the libraries. All of the libraries are user-friendly, and most of the time you don't have to really dig into the documentation and in the details of the implementation. So now I would need maybe to show the page. So we're going to use a few tools in this course. The main info about the course on the My Courses page. I hope everyone found this page already and checked what is there. Yes, so we have here some info about the course here. So there's some important information about how many credits, what is the grading. It's a pass-fail course. So there is no like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. There are some prerequisites. So we expect that you can do some coding with the Python or any kind of programming language. Just some basics. It's like maybe data types, some iterations, for loops, if loops, and etc. So if you are not sure if you have enough practice with these programming things, you can check this section before you start. So here I've put some links to the crash courses for the Python. Of course, you can just Google or check the YouTube. There are plenty of Python crash courses, like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. That would be quite enough for the course. So you don't need to know the very complicated details. Then we expect that you know a bit of the high school math, and specifically like functions, derivatives, vectors, matrices, multiplication. And again, if you're not sure, if you remember all these things, you can check out any tutorial, and here I have a link to animated series. I like this series because it's very nice visual representation. Then we have section Need Help. This is very useful section. Here you have, first of all the emails. So if you want to ask for anything, you can either email or ask on Slack. The Slack is going to be faster than the email. So you're going to get the response faster on the Slack. There is a list of questions that you can check. If something is missing there, you can ask. I will edit it and add more. And then here you have a few instructions and videos how to work with the Jupyter Hub and Jupyter Notebooks. What else? We have timetable with the lectures and support sessions, and also some additional info here. There's also assignment and grading. And related courses. So this is courses that you can take after this one if you want to continue. So the next thing that we're going to use is the Jupyter Hub Aalto. So when you come to the Jupyter Hub Aalto, you have a list of different courses. So we need Deep Learning with Python 2022. So in this server, you will have coding assignments. We're going to use Jupyter notebooks. So basically, Jupyter notebooks is a browser-based, like a coding tool. Usually, you need to, like normally you log into the Jupyter Hub, you go to the assignments, and then, okay, you already uploaded the assignment. And you need to fetch assignment. And then now we have this folder, which is called Zero Intro. So this is 2 intro notebooks. You don't have to do anything. There are no exercises there. It's just for like a starter notebooks. For example, this one is Python Basics notebook. If you've been programming Python, you can skip it. It's just very basic things. We have like a short info about the Python, what is the Jupyter notebook, how to use it, what are the libraries, and like what are the data types, vectors, and common error messages, and etc. So in the Jupyter notebooks, we usually have the markdown cells, and we have a coding cells, and all of your cells are locked. They are locked just to prevent accidental deletion of the code or the text. But if you want, you can add any kind of coding cell or a markdown cell and make your own version of the notebook. So these 2 notebooks are just for introducing you to the machine learning if you didn't take any courses before, so you don't have to submit it. They are not graded. Just go through them and make sure that you understand all the things that are here. The Jupyter notebooks that you will have to submit from the next week, you can submit it in the same tab, Assignments, just using this button, Submit. And then it takes normally 1 or 2 days to grade your assignments. It's auto-graded, and then you can fetch your feedback and see how many points you get for the assignment. There is more details on the Jupyter Hub Aalto and Jupyter Notebook in your My Courses page in this instructions and FAQ, so you can check that. We're also going to use Zoom for the lectures and sessions. So this lecture is exceptional, so because we have this auditorium, but all the next lecture is going to be online. Then we're going to use Slack, and there you can ask questions about your coding, any kind of general questions. And just when you're using the Slack, just use the common sense, like don't post your solutions, or don't be rude, and etc. So just the common sense. So we have following course activities. We have lectures on Monday. They are about 2 hours, maybe shorter, maybe a bit longer, depends on how it goes. On Thursday, we have a support session. So on this support session, I will be talking about maybe some more details that are not covered during the lectures, maybe some extra info. So if you don't have time, you can skip the sessions. None of these activities are mandatory except submitting the coding exercises. Then on Friday, you can come to the campus if you want to have some individual help, or maybe you have some questions that are beyond the syllabus of the course, or you're doing some project that related to the deep learning. You can also come and ask the questions on the campus. And you can also work together in groups, it's fine. If you're working together, make sure that you understand like each step. Do not just copy-paste the solutions, because it's not really useful for yourself. And then on Sundays, we have deadlines. So every week, you're going to get the notebook, 1 or 2, and you need to submit the coding solutions on Sunday. The deadlines we are quite flexible with it, so if you have some reasons and you need more time for the exercises, just write me on the email or on the Slack, and we can do extension of the deadlines. What else? Grading is pass and fail. I would say we are not very, this course is meant to be introductory for the people with the diverse background. There are some Aalto students from the computer science. There are people really far from this. So we are kind of not very strict with the grading. So if you are just putting some work to the course, most probably you will just pass. We have 6 graded notebooks, and in order to pass, you need 40 points out of 60 total. But again, if you have some problems or you missed a few deadlines, just write me and we can maybe find some solution. Also, there is going to be, after the course, the Aalto survey. It's kind of a short questionnaire, what you liked, what you didn't like, was it too difficult, or did you benefit from the course? And this survey is mandatory for getting the grade, because usually students, when they finish the course, they don't want to do any feedbacks, they just finish the course and they forget about that. But we need these feedbacks for the Aalto University, because that's how you kind of vote on which courses should stay and which courses. So if you don't like the course, you should you should fill in the survey. If you do like the course, you should kind of also fill the survey, because that's how the department decides which courses are going to stay and which courses are not going to stay. There's going to be also notebooks feedback. For each notebook, you will ask the questions, do you like it or not? But those are not mandatory, but we are giving some partial points for that as a just motivation. So this feedback we use just to edit and improve our coding exercises, our text, because obviously sometimes we are kind of blind to our mistakes, and when we're explaining something, we think that it's explained very clearly and very well, but in reality, maybe students don't understand how you explain the things. So that's it from my side, and yes, so if you have any kind of questions, I'm going to be the person first to ask. Yep.
Thanks a lot, Shamsi. So please take the opportunity and ask questions now, in particular for those who are present here in the lecture hall.